Grade A under A's Guide to Not Giving Your Kids a Shit Name. For God's sake, man, do not call your kid Ray. Right, gay?
So, Iron Man. It's a movie about a billionaire playboy philanthropist called Tony Stark. He's kind of like that one friend you have that's an asshole, but he's your asshole. So, he gets captured by terrorists when he's showing off his Jericho missile. Not like that. He meets another guy in there called Jensen, and he basically fixes up his heart from the shrapnel of the bomb. And since he's one of those old wise guys, you expect him to be like a teacher, and he's gonna teach him how to do magic or some like that. No, he just teaches him how to be a good person, you know? I mean, he's not out to teach him like, ooh, you're the chosen one, you're gonna do great things, like I know a movie has done in the past. He just looks at his life and says, hey, you're young, I'm old, I know more, trust me, you don't want to be wasting your life, you know, dating hot chicks, you know, actually build a life for yourself, it will make you a better person. So he decides to build an Iron Man suit, and Tony actually makes himself a new magnet thing for his heart to keep the shrapnel out of it, called an arc reactor. Basically just a mini power plant in his chest. That's not harmful at all.
But he's smart, so just fucking deal with it.
And it powers his Iron Man suit that he uses to break out of the prison. Sadly, Jensen dies, distracting the guards from him, and Tony vows to not let his weapons get in the wrong hands.
But then, oh shit, we have 2 more hours left of screen time. What are we gonna do? Okay, so...
Then this new character called Obadiah Stane comes in. Okay, I'm just gonna call him Obadiah Stane because it's funnier. So Obadiah Stane, who is he? He's basically Tony's dad's friend. Yeah, and he basically just kind of wants his money, and he wants to help out the 10 Rings, the group that took Tony Stark. He wants to sell them the weapon that he built in the cave. That's his character. But he's played by Jeff Bridges, so it's okay. Tony ain't having it, so he just kindly tries to take it back by force. So the third act is Pepper Potts, who's Tony's secretary, played by Gwyneth Paltrow, by the way. Tries to seal back his plans, but Obadiah's just like, F it, I'm already, you know, exposed. I'm just gonna blow up a bunch of people. Tony goes after him in his new Iron Man suit, and then yeah, the main villain dies, but this is different. He doesn't just keep his identity a secret. He actually reveals his identity on national television. This is f***ing huge. No other superhero, at least in my knowledge at the moment while recording this, has ever done that. At least in a superhero movie. Oh yeah, and that end credit scene with Nick Fury. Yeah, I don't think anyone really thought that they were gonna do what they were gonna do with it at the time. I mean, like a lot of movies have promised to do that, like Super Mario Brothers, where they had like an end credit scene that there was more coming, and they didn't actually do it. But this was different because it was actually successful and good enough to make another movie. But sadly, that one sucked. But that's for another video. Robert Downey Jr. f***ing nailed Tony Stark. I cannot imagine anyone else replacing him. I've heard a couple of producers say that like they're gonna replace him because it's gonna be more of like a James Bond kind of role. No, like he basically just puts himself in the character. He's already basically Tony Stark in real life, except without the drug abuse. And the special effects budget was really high in this movie, so they couldn't really afford any, let's just say any A-list actors. Because at the time he was actually a B-list actor because of all the drug abuse and the rehab and stuff. But now he's sober, and this was his comeback role. And I gotta say, he did a pretty damn good job at it. He basically wrote the entire movie. I don't know if this is true or not. I heard that he actually like did the entire movie unscripted. Like, I mean, of course, for other characters, they wrote basic dialogue for them, you know, but he was the one that was actually cracking jokes and everything. I gotta say, as a 3-act structure, the first 2 are pretty great, and then the third one came along, and it just kind of seemed like, I mean, not that Jeff Bridges is a bad actor or anything, I just don't think he really did that well in this role. Either that or was the character that wasn't developed enough. I don't really know. But anyway, I gotta say this is probably the best standalone movie in Phase 1, and it definitely gets an A-.